freaks and geeks. It's the long-awaited return of Sam and Dom and the Real Talk. On today's episode, we're talking that millennial, yes, I said millennial nostalgia childhood, and whatever else we can throw into like 30 minutes to an hour.
Who really knows what our conversation is going to turn out to be? We tend to be all over the place. So, yeah. And it's not like we haven't been talking, because we have. It's just, we haven't recorded anything.
Yes, because, normally, she's like a married couple. We're like a married couple. It's like, the type of couple that's like, oh, would you like to do it today, ma'am? No, I'm tired.
No, I've got stuff to do. I think, actually, since the last show was recorded, a lot's happened. I mean, we talked about when Dom had to stay with his dad, and then my cat died. We didn't talk about that, and then I got a new cat, and I don't know, a lot's been going on. We're just kind of all over the place, and Dom started school again, and
Dom drama. James are gonna come up soon. Probably gonna get like a show run. She's gonna be like very detached from the world. And she's gonna make fun of me, but until that time, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in effect and loving every moment of it.
Well, I think we need to do another nerd special, especially like when that show comes back. You know what show I'm talking about?
Oh, yes. The Throne will be back in about a month.
Yeah, except for I don't have a way to watch it yet, so...
Where I won't have a way to watch it, but I'll find a way to watch it. Thank you.
So, I may have a way to watch it, we just haven't figured it out yet.
Why don't you try HBO Go, by the way?
Well, we might get HBO back.
But HBO Go is like $6 a month like Netflix.
Yeah, but I'm broke.
You can watch it on your Xbox.
Hashtag broke life.
Her and the hashtag broke life movement. I should just make a t-shirt that says hashtag broke life for reals.
Well, it is true. Like, both of us live on a very fixed income.
Yeah, but somehow I seem to make it work.
You get more money than I do.
No. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. And you don't have student loans.
No.
I have student loans.
Yeah, you got the American dream, the millennium scam, as I like to call it.
Yeah, I got the student loan package. So.
You got the extra millennial scam because Generation X and like the generation before that they could at least get a job and make sure that the loans get paid at least by the time they're 30.
Hey, I'm paying my loans. And I'm working on the job thing. I'm always working on the job thing.
Yeah, that's the constant in her. And I'm always working on the school thing and trying not to lose my mind. So.
Okay, so.
I'm glad our listeners are with us, and let's get back into the topic. Like we said, we're just so scattered. We're like the schizophrenic host with the most. All over the place.
Well, let's see. He called me earlier tonight. I want to say around 7-ish. It's 10:30 now. And we talked for a bit, and then I let him go because I had to get dinner and clean up a mess from the cat. And then I called him back, and then we just chatted for a while because I was eating, and then we kept chatting, and it happens, right?
Yeah, it's natural what we do. This is why the show works so well.
So then we stumbled actually on this topic. Because we came on, remember the Disney Channel original movies?
Yes, who doesn't, For those that are of the age of, 20s to like 30s, you know that, dude, when you heard the Disney Channel original movie, you were gonna watch something that
Yeah, something good. Like
Something
I think it came into the conversation because I actually own 3 of the Halloween Town movies. So, but man, those movies were that was part of the I don't know, they came out when we were like early teenagers cuz Dom and I are both sitting at around 25
I'm 20. I'll be 26 this year, but
and I'll be
it came
25
out.
this year.
It
So,
came out. It came out when we were hitting. We were preteens, going into teens, like early teens.
yeah.
So those movies play a big part in like the, like the prepubescentness of that was still cool, and everybody. And I'm saying this, I'm a guy, and some of that stuff I didn't really like watching. But if you did not know what the Disney Channel original movie was, sometimes you couldn't have a conversation with a girl, so you kind of had to watch to see what it was. And sometimes it came out cool, like
Well,
um,
I think each one of them hit different things. Like, I really loved Halloween Town, and Xenon the sequel was good, and Xenon the original.
yeah, and I was a big fan of like early on, even before I was a teenager, they had the movies. Actually, the very first Disney Channel original movie was My Date with the President's Daughter.
Yeah, I remember that one. I watched that one too.
Some people could say like for those who know the movie Blank Check, if you ever watch that movie, it's kind of the makings of a Disney original movie. Like Disney made that movie in the early '90s about a kid that like just wrote a blank check and was a billionaire and did all this cool stuff. Think about it now, it's kind of illegal and kind of creepy.
Well, and then there was things like the 13th Year and the like the Double Trouble, the basketball one, and
Double Trouble, and then you had
we
like
there was
just tons of teen ones.
the Smart House and
My little sister, even like with her little age, she loves, man. Talk about still this day like that powerful. When they say Disney Channel original movie, I thought it died with our generation until I look at my sister's face and you say Disney Channel original movie. That girl never sat still for anything ever. When that voice would come on and say Disney Channel original, she'd be like, shh.
yeah, I remember like when like Twitches and stuff came out, I was like, quiet, we gotta watch this.
I was a big fan of, this is sad to say, I was 18, 17 years old. My Babysitter's Vampire was my favorite, and that's,
I never watched that. I kind of grew out of them by that point.
I grew out of them, but I'm one of those weird dudes where if it's something that says vampires and hot chicks, I'm like, I'm still of the age where I can watch this. Is so good.
I never watched it, and I know they turned that one into a TV show.
Yeah, Canada had it. It was a Canadian show that Disney Channel had made the series, the movie, and then Canada was like, let's make a, because in Canada they actually have a teen-driven cartoon channel called Teen Tunes, which is great. Sometimes sound nerdy on them watch. Sometimes said TV shows that end up over there come over here. There's a lot of great shows like it's kind of weird. It reminds you of like for those listeners or watchers, it kind of reminds you of like how MTV was in the '90s, where it was like there was animated material, but they were for like college or high school kids. Where like that's what the Canadian Teen Tunes were. It was like
I mean, don't get me wrong, Dom. Like, if I'm scrolling through channels, and occasionally we put on the Disney Channel because of the little kids in our life, and like, I'll catch because they still play the original movies every now and then.
oh yeah, they play them at like 4 o'clock in the morning. They play them at like the prime adult hour, like
And I'm like, yes, I gotta sit and watch this, even though I've seen it, like, when I was, like, 12 years old.
Yeah, they put, like, I found it funny because they played Xenon one time. And I was like, oh, Xenon, what's your language? And you know, in special language, and you know,
And it was,
fashion.
like, that movie was really cool when it came out.
It was. It was really cool. Like,
I mean, this will tell you something. I even referenced Smart House in a college paper.
Smart House is another funny one. Actually, Smart House is too real to life right now. Like, if you ever think about how like Smart House was then, but the technology is now caught up to where honestly, Siri is the mom from Smart House.
You could have a Smart House nowadays. But when that movie came out, it wasn't.
It was feasible, but you had to be really stinking rich.
Yeah. And none of us were like rolling in the dough where we could be like, we got $2 million to drop on this house that talks to us.
Man, you can think about that now. Siri is the lady from Smart House, so beware from your iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to.
Hey, I've got an iPhone. I don't know about Dom, but
Nah, I'm too much of a PC nerd. I have an Android.
of course you do. And I run Macs.
And I'm on PC because you know what? I can optimize it the way I want. So.
Well, I know, like, Macs are powerhouses, but PCs you can change a lot more. I know that.
So like we said, we got on different topics, but back to the Disney Channel original movies. And, I brought up for myself because I wasn't that big into like some of the general original movies. I didn't fall in love with particularly, but I did fall in love with what is that called? Cartoon Network. Why did I forget the name? Because Cartoon Network was more of my speed of humor.
But I think Cartoon Network changed their name. They've changed it so many times now.
They changed the logo. They haven't changed the name.
Is that what it was?
But like over the years, this is funny because now this doesn't make sense about the Disney Channel original movie. For a long time, Cartoon Network was like okay, so I would say Sam is the traditional girl, but she's edgy to a point, but it's not like she doesn't scream edge. She just sometimes she'll say something like, "Oh yeah, you got a little edge to you."
Well, let me put it this way: like you don't know. Like I could blend in and be normal, very easy. But then again, I'm the type of person who would have like a totally full out goth Halloween themed wedding and it would totally rock. So
yeah, like she fits in, but she can fit in.
Yeah,
so,
I could fit in.
For me, like front row and center, I can fit in, but there will always be.
I mean,
always be.
Let's put it this way: Dom rocks a mohawk. He's known for the mohawk.
I'm known for the mohawk, and I'm known for.
And then when he doesn't have the mohawk, people ask him, "Where's the mohawk?"
Yeah, like people do ask me that all the time. So like Cartoon Network was for like the more kids that never grew up, adults and kids that never grew up. Really, we just got really older. It was like we need more intensity, or we need this, and like so like at one point. And I know when this came about because I remember hitting it with passion. For those that know the High School Musical, which you should all know because that was a phenomenon. So it was originally a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah, but that one came out after I felt like I was too old for them. Like the
How is that possible? Because you're younger than me by a year. And I was at least 15, and women were, boy, oh boy, I remember sitting there watching people know the words to the even though I felt too old to like that thing too, but
I never watched it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of it. I knew it blew up big, but I was like, no. No, I think honestly, the last Disney Channel original movie that I really got into was The 13th Year.
that's a classic. I like Brink. For those that don't
I
know Brink,
I know what Brink is, yes.
of course.
I watched them all. Even if I didn't like them, I watched them all.
Andy Brink, man, everybody.
Alistair.
For those that don't know,
Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. He's trying to climb up my leg.
the cat is trying to climb for like Alice.
Yes, that's the cat's name. But you would know that if you looked at the channel.
Yeah, so go to Samantha's channel and check that out. And you see a bunch of cat photos. You probably see, a bunch of great photos that she takes and she's great artist. So back to my topic, because we always get off and we can go back on.
Sorry, that actually does hurt when he climbs.
Cartoon Network was fighting with the Disney Channel, and so was Nickelodeon to make their stuff more like the Disney Channel.
I feel like Nickelodeon's kind of gone off. It's not as popular.
I think. Well, I have a buddy that works for Nickelodeon right now. That's kind of weird too that you said that.
I mean, they're not. They haven't disappeared, but they're not.
They're not as prevalent, and I think this will lead into the. See, we found a great topic about childhood. Because now we've reached the point in our age, and we're not that old, but we've reached the point in our age where they're rebooting everything to make it nostalgic. So my friend is now working as you take the writer, I think it's like an internship or like a program. They have a writer's program. It's like he's not allowed to say what he works on, but sometimes.
Yeah, he's got a contract on him.
Before there's big news, he'll write on his Facebook like, "Yo, like big news is coming. Be on the lookout." And like one of the days when they were talking about they were bringing back, hey Arnold, and they were rebooting. Hey Arnold, not to do a reboot like at the beginning, but they were giving another season, and they were giving another season to a few other shows. And according to Gretchen.
Okay, am I the only one who remembers the Hey Thornberries?
The Wild Thornberries?
Yes, remember them?
Yeah. Now Thornberry's a meme. He's a very cultural meme. My friend has it all on DVD.
No, but you remember that show, right?
Wild Thornberries. His sister was hot, and we all wanted to be the Jungle Man.
That was one of my favorites. I mean, I also watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch when I was that age, but.
Oh, Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah.
Dom has a soft spot for Melissa Joan Hart.
Do you, Dom?
Yes. Melissa Joan Hart was one of the first crushes.
Oh, that was your first crush?
I would say really my first TV crush probably was Veronica Mars.
Oh, her.
That explains a lot about my personality.
It does.
If you know me, there's a.
Well, and if you know who she is, yeah.
Yeah. If you know, like, since you listen to the show and you get a glimpse of how I am, it makes sense.
It does make sense because I know how she was in that era.
Yeah. She was that girl. But I think they have a spring comic book, so it's great. See, that's what happens when you're a super nerd like me. Everything from your childhood still exists.
Are you kidding me? I bought some of the best movies from my childhood. I'm like, nope, watching these over. Don't give a
It's like
shit.
buying a Disney movie though. You can't go wrong. Like I'm gonna go see Zootopia. Like don't get me wrong. I'm gonna go take my sister. I'm gonna go watch Zootopia, and I'm gonna be sitting there like, she's gonna be like, I like the movie. And I'm like, I love the movie. Tears are gonna come out of my eyes. I'm gonna be emotional. It's gonna hit a soft spot.
Well,
Like watching Lion King.
you can't not. I mean, growing up, Pocahontas was my favorite movie as a kid. I got that one. I also have the classic, The Little Mermaid. Oh my god. We there are classics from our childhood that still exist.
My favorite Shark release. Shout out to the original. What are those?
Hey, when you were younger, did you ever watch the original Power Rangers?
Making me feel all good inside right now. The original Power Rangers. I was such a Power Rangers fan. Yeah, my cousin dressed up as the Black Ranger. He knew martial arts. He's like, well, he dressed up strictly to make fun of my house. And he kicked and flipped for about 20 minutes. And my grandma would tell me that she remembers that without fail. I didn't speak for like a whole hour. Like my face was just stuck. Like I used to force my cousins to watch. And these were female cousins that like get babysitting. I used to force them to watch not just Power Rangers. But since you guys know me to be a comic book loving nerd, if you've been listening to the show, the original 90s X-Men series, the original Spider-Man series, you got Batman, you got Superman, you had all those 90s comic series.
Do you know what my...
And they all came in a block. So it was like Power Rangers first, then it was X-Men, then it was Spider-Man, then it might have been Batman.
And I know how that works because I got two younger brothers, and my brother was obsessed with the Power Rangers, and we had to watch it all the time. And I was like, and that's why I know there's a difference between like the original Power Rangers and the ones now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, yeah.
20 years anniversary. They had their alternate episode the other day, and I was like, wow, a few months back, and I was all giddy.
My brothers were really big into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I played professionally.
Of course you did.
Played semi-professional. Made a lot of money in my teenage years.
Why wouldn't he? Did you have one of those like things that my brothers had where you wore it on your wrist like the Yu-Gi-Oh deck dealer?
That stuff was all for the TV show. But like when you play professionally, you definitely rock the cards and you like knew the game. Like you played the game so much that like before I really thought about women, it was about playing cards to make $50, almost trying to make $50 out of making number one to make $100 or $160, depending on what tournament you play in. But I was always shooting for like the low goal is $50, $30. And if I didn't win that money, I'd win it in cards, so it'd be the same money, just the amount in cards, so I could trade it in.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I never knew anybody who played professionally, but my brothers and cousins were really big into it.
Actually, the town I live in, the city I live in is a college town. And you play professionally now. All the time.
So Dom could play professionally still.
Yeah, if I wanted not to have a life. like I said, everybody has a good childhood. Everybody said their childhood was the best. And for me, I still live my childhood.
I mean,
Simpsons.
I don't watch a lot of the stuff that I did as a kid, but like, I don't know, like, even like shows like Dexter, like the adult version of Dexter, I'm like, wait, not the kid version that we used to watch?
Yeah. At the laboratory with the psychopath killer.
Yeah, and like, people not, and like, my mom doesn't get that, because like, people not in our generation, like, they don't get it.
Well,
If
my
that,
family was weird.
well, your family is a lot closer in age than my family. Like, my dad is 60.
Well, my grandma.
4.
My grandma's your parents' age, and like.
No. No.
But like you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it this way. Like, look how I am. I immerse. Like, without trying, I will immerse you in anything I'm doing.
Sorry, Alistair almost stopped the recording. He literally put his hand on the keyboard and he's like, no, what?
You gotta be technical cat.
Yeah, and it literally popped up. Would you like to stop recording and start recording in another file? And I'm like, no. Things happen. He's still a kitten. So, we were talking about your crazy family and your crazy dynamics and how your grandma still likes the stuff that you do.
Yeah, I was eating some salad. I looked her shit in my room and I forgot. I was like, oh, that looks delicious. While I'm doing a show.
Hey, that's okay. I'm dealing with a kitten.
What?
A super playful kitten who
Yeah,
can't.
like my family like knew about cartoons, like, because I was the type of guy, without fail, and I mean, even when I was in high school, legitimately in high school, still, like, I would have a girlfriend, and she couldn't call during my cartoon hour.
Of course.
So, like, my grandma didn't know about, like, Dexter Lab and all that stuff that, like, you think people don't know about. It's because, like, I'm fully immersed. Like, my grandma can tell you stories about me loving Speed Racer when I was younger because I used to cry myself to sleep if I couldn't watch it. And, like, just random things like that, like,
I used to get made. I don't know if it was made fun of or whatever, but even like everybody knew that I came home from school and like watched cartoons, or it wasn't really even cartoons, it was like the Disney TV shows or like Nick and that kind of stuff. So I came home from school and I'd watch them all the time. And even like the aides at my elementary school, they knew. They're like, she's gonna go home and watch cartoons.
and I was legitimately in high school, like, I actually had a guy that had a long-standing girlfriend, and they were active in adult ways. And he used to come in and assist some of the kids with physical disabilities. He used to in high school you had city hour or whatever. We would have volunteer hour, so you could volunteer in the Disney Challenge room if you wanted, or volunteer in the classroom, you had that class, whatever. So you would volunteer, just like in college, you'd be a TA or something.
Or
So,
a student worker, yeah.
A lot of the guys, and some of the girls that were just like they had like minor disabilities themselves. They would go in there and they would meet us. Even though I was a dream publicity, it was always on my hour where I had to sleep break. So this guy would come in, and Sam can tell you, not being my friend, that I'm hardcore when it comes to anything that I'm watching.
Okay, let's just say gaming, like, he's like, yeah, you probably won't get a hold of me next week because something's coming out.
Yeah.
But let's just be honest, that's how he rolls.
That's how I do roll, legitimately. So when I got to high school, Naruto finally got released in America. Now I had already been reading the manga. That was part of my, progressive middle school era. I was reading manga. Those that don't know, manga is a Japanese comic book.
I do know what it is.
So I was already in love with the character. So I knew like the show was coming here in English, and it was uncut. Because I remember watching the first episode and being like, it's uncut, everything is in there. They didn't cut a thing out. It was awesome. So the guy that used to help out, I got him in school, man. He picked up a book one day, he read it, he was a man in school. So he told his girlfriend, I met his girlfriend one day. Legitimately met his girlfriend. Was like, how many of them he was like, hey. She was like, you're the guy. And I was like, I'm the guy, what? She's like, you're the guy that ruins date night sometimes. Because he messes the house. Unless he finishes the episode.
You remember when Nickelodeon did all that, like, that slime?
Oh, dude, who doesn't want some slime? Like, that's the shit. That makes...
Like, they were known for their slime.
They were seriously known for their gag. So it was called gag.
All I remember was, if I wanted to watch Nickelodeon, you were gonna get slime.
Slime all day. You went to Nickelodeon Studios just to see the slime. That doesn't exist anymore.
No, I know. The reason I thought about it is because I watch a lot. Well, I watch a lot of YouTube, but lately I've been watching like these YouTube explorer vloggers or whatever, and they do like abandoned whatever, usually Disney stuff. But there was an episode on Nickelodeon Studios, and I was like, what? And so I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, they're like, this is where all this was taped. I mean, it only lasted a couple years, 2 or 3 years. And I'm like the studios lasted longer than that. But, you know, those slime shows that we're talking about. And I'm like, oh. I mean, Nickelodeon Universe has a new studio with somebody else. I don't know what it is. Do you know, Dom? It's not called Yeah, it's not called Nickelodeon Universe anymore.
Because it was Universal originally. Paramount bought it mid 90s for the movies, and I would assume that's the only people that have the rights still.
Well,
my friend works for Nickelodeon right now. Yeah.
well, I can tell you a little bit about TV stations and stuff. And Nickelodeon is no different. There are about 8 or 9 different big companies, if that many, that own everything.
Yeah, they're criminal.
And so, you know, HBO is owned by somebody, Nickelodeon's owned...
What's that company that makes blenders? TNC.
I know that there's Time Warner, there's Hubbard Broadcasting,
Time Warner.
there's Paramount.
Time Warner owns DC and WB.
Yeah, until you really look into it, all, like, TV stations are owned by, like, basically a few head companies.
Mega corporation.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they all have their own subset and they're all run differently, but they have to follow the corporation's regulations or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Disney if you're listening. We can see something. So if you want to sponsor this show, I'm all for it.
Disney, I mean, Disney and Nickelodeon were like the bomb when I was younger, and
Cartoon Network was
my brothers really loved Cartoon Network.
because it was really, as I think about it now, like everything, they made cartoons for weirdos like me.
I feel like Cartoon Network honestly was more designed for young boys.
I wouldn't say young boys, I'd say more like randoms. But yes.
I just no, but
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
we're gonna call it an end to tonight's show.
yes, we're gonna call it an end because you know what, we gave you enough. We can do a part 2.
Well, we could do a part whatever, and I'm sure we probably will because part of me wants to do a show when Grimm wraps its season finale. But that would be like a super spoiler show. So we shall see if we end up doing that.
You know. So, without that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, this has been Sam and Dom signing off with the real once again.
Bye.
Catch you.